Yo guys, Ruben here, long man. The World Cup is starting tomorrow, so we're doing another World Cup video. So what this is we're gonna be putting together a squad, but we can only use the players that are at the World Cup, and we can only use one player per nation. So there are definitely some tough choices you have to make. There are some nations like Brazil which are stacked with talent, with Neymar, Casemiro, Alisson, Marquinhos. And then you have countries like Costa Rica and Canada who only have one or two players who can realistically ever make it into this squad. I've got a FIFA Ultimate Team concept squad here just to give some visual flair, and we're gonna start right off with the goalkeeper. Got a couple choices here that immediately jump out at me. Courtois, Neuer, Alisson, Ederson, Navas, Lloris. Those are some of the top picks I have here. Like, Navas would be good because, like I said, he is from Costa Rica, so there's no real other player from this country who's gonna make it into this squad. I rate Courtois a ton. He's been great for Real Madrid, but I think for my squad, I'm gonna put Manuel Neuer in goal. The legend. I think he's gonna be good again this year. Okay, now we move up to the defense. Starting at right back, we have a couple options with Alexander-Arnold, Walker, Hakimi, I think Cancelo as well. But I think my choice is going to be one of the English right backs, and I'm going to go with Walker. Because Alexander-Arnold, even though I think he's good for Liverpool, he's been having some trouble recently, and I think he's a bit of a defensive liability. And Walker has just been very solid, and I think he's going to be fitting into this World Cup squad perfectly. Now we move to our center back pairing. Got big players like Van Dijk, Ruben Dias, Marquinhos, Koulibaly, Rudiger, Alaba. Austria is not at the World Cup, so we can't pick him. And we already have Neuer in goal, so Rudiger is out of the equation here. And I think it's time for my country, the Netherlands, to make its appearance in this list. We're going with big man Virgil van Dijk. This is finally gonna be his World Cup to shine for the Netherlands. He can finally pull in that shift, be the captain we know he is, and hopefully carry us deep into the tournament, because I'm hoping for another Van Gaal masterclass. I actually have faith, because Van Gaal can do some crazy things. Partnering up with him, we've got his group mate, Koulibaly from Senegal. They're gonna be facing off in a couple days. But here they will be squaring up together to make up the defense for our World Cup Ultimate 11. Now at left back, we have João Cancelo, Jordi Alba, Theo Hernandez. I've got Davies here as an option as well. I think Davies will be very good because he is Canadian, so the only real option for his country. That will be a good pick. But overall quality, Theo Hernandez is really good as well, but I'm going with João Cancelo. Can play him on the right as well, but I'm going to be putting him at left back where he plays for Man City. We've got both Man City fullbacks here right now. We do pick a Portuguese player, which means Ronaldo is unfortunately not going to make the cut in this squad, which is something very weird to say because he is such a legend. Moving on to the midfield, there are some tough choices to make. I'm not going to be thinking too much about how they would actually combine in game with attacking with the roles, but I'm keeping in mind a little bit. We've got players like De Bruyne here, Casemiro, Kimmich, Modric, Kroos, De Jong, and the first player we're gonna pick here, KDB. I think the best midfielder in the world for me. He's gotta make it in here. I was doubting between putting Kevin De Bruyne in midfield or putting Courtois in goal, but I think De Bruyne here will be a difference maker. And partnering up with him, we've got the Croatian legend Modric. Still a very strong defender, even though he's getting a little bit older, but I rate him very highly. I went on holiday to Croatia this season, so I'm a little bit biased as well. Bought a shirt from him. So he's gotta be in here. And partnering up with him, we've got another Real Madrid player. We're gonna go with Valverde from Uruguay. Uruguay, a country that don't have a lot of top talent right now, but Valverde, I believe he is a top tier prospect. He's gonna become the next generation of that legendary Real Madrid midfield. The engine on him is just insane. He's just running up and down the pitch all game. And I rate him very highly. He's been doing very well these past couple months with Real Madrid. And he's gonna make up the third player in this World Cup Ultimate 11 midfield. Now we move on to the final 3 players in attack. This was probably the easiest position to pick, the right wing. We've got to go with the GOAT, Lionel Messi here. 91 rated, because let me look at the other constant players we have here. Messi, obvious pick. We've got Salah, he's not at the World Cup. Mahrez, he's not at the World Cup. Di Maria, he's not at that level. Marco Asensio is not at that level. Dembele is good, but and Rafinha as well. Anthony, Rodrigo, they're solid players, but they're not Messi caliber. Gotta go with Messi. He's the only real pick I have for this right wing option in this 4-2-3 formation. Now on the other side, on the left wing, this one is a lot tougher. We've got players like Neymar and Vinicius, Brazilian choices here for days. We've got Son as well from Korea. We don't have a Korean yet in the squad. We already have Walker, so that means players like Sterling, Foden, Grealish are out. We've got João Cancelo, so Leao is out. Italy isn't at the World Cup. Hazard is already eliminated because of KDB. So the real choices here for me are between Son, Neymar and Vinicius. And I think I'm gonna go with Neymar. Can't make a squad without Brazilians. He's gotta be in here. We've got 2 PSG attackers already. And I think maybe we've got to go with a third as well. The options here I had on my short list here were Mbappe, Lewandowski, Ronaldo and Kane. Those were my big 4 players here. Haaland, Norway, not at the World Cup. Immobile, not here. Messi overshines Martinez. Lukaku already eliminated by KDB. And Ronaldo already eliminated by Cancelo, so that leaves the choice between Mbappe and Lewandowski. And even though I rate Lewandowski very highly, I think we're gonna go with the reigning World Cup champion, Mbappe. And we complete the front 3 with PSG players. They're gonna have some great chemistry, and they're gonna be fed by De Bruyne, by Modric, Valverde making up the gaps. Being supported on the wings by João Cancelo and Walker, as Koulibaly, Van Dijk and Neuer keep the sheets clean. There you go, that's my starting lineup. So yeah, we've got some notable exceptions here on the bench. Players like Benzema, players like Lewandowski, Ronaldo. Striker is probably the most stacked position to choose from in this list. Mane would be a really good option for the left wing as well, but we've already got Koulibaly in defense. Son on the left wing would also be a very solid pick if we want to put the Brazilians to use somewhere else. And then we've got Casemiro as a rock in the defense if we want to play a bit more defense-mindedly. Those are some other options I was considering for some of the players on this team sheet. And some notable exceptions that aren't at the World Cup. Players that you'd want to see but haven't made it through the qualifiers. We've got Salah with Egypt. He could definitely be a potential player in this squad, except for Messi. Salah hasn't had the greatest season with Liverpool this year, but he is a top quality player. Another notable player that's missing from this World Cup, Haaland, taking the Premier League by storm, scoring goals one after the other. It's unfortunate that he's from a nation which isn't the greatest. You know, he's got Odegaard with him, but still there wasn't enough to make it through to the qualifiers. And then, of course, we're missing Italy this World Cup as well. The reigning European champions somehow failing to make it through to the qualifiers. So we won't see players like Donnarumma, Jorginho, Barella, Insigne, players like that, who are normally quality, but they're not here this time around. Some other options I was considering was, for instance, going with Casemiro in the midfield. Be a bit more defensive minded there. That means we have to remove the Brazilian, so we could put Son in there. Fill it up with a Korean. I was thinking about options with Rudiger in defense as well. But and players like Courtois in goal or Alisson. But I think this is my squad. So yeah, there you have it, my World Cup Ultimate 11. And let me know what you think about my lineup down below. If you think I've missed anyone, be sure to tell me. Who do you think is going to be the manager of the tournament? I'm just going to put in Louis van Gaal in my mind, because he's on his last ride, and he's just going to go all out with his arrogance, his craziness, his quality. It's going to be a good time. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, my World Cup Ultimate 11. See you later, and peace out.